Okay, not a fun day on the charts. Um, I can't be upset though because I followed my trading plan both times. The first setup was as A plus as it gets. I was getting ready to, um, I, dude, I could not have been more confident in that first trade. So let's go over it. And yeah, so the first trade, let me just look really quickly because I got rid of the, where did I enter? Um, I think it was a 2 minute, right? It was a 2 minute. It was here. And I was targeting the 5/15 minute right here. Okay. So let's go over this really quickly. The daily doesn't really give us much other than the fact that we're at all-time highs again. This is a pretty shitty candle if you're a bull for the near term, if we actually do close like this. Or it could mean nothing because we still have a fair value gap here that's unfilled, so we could literally just create this candle, tap into it, and continue higher. And honestly, that'll probably most likely be what we do because that's what NQ does. It makes new all-time highs almost seemingly every day. At least that's how it feels. So daily didn't really give us much. 4 hour, we had this 4 hour fair value gap that we tapped into. Clearly now it looks like we are very attracted to this fair value gap on the 4 hour, so that's where we're headed. It seems at this point. I'm done for the day. I went over 2, so therefore I'm off the charts. Haven't gone over 2 in a long time. So it sucks, but at the end of the day, I followed my trading plan. Yeah, so we were respecting the 4 hour fair value gap at the time, so that was what I wanted to see. We were respecting this 1 hour fair value gap for the first trade that I got in, and obviously swept liquidity. You can see the liquidity sweep here nicely on the 15 minute. Now, yes, we did leave this low here. Okay, and that's obviously ultimately what we came for, but I would take this trade 10 out of 10 times, dude. We swept the bulk of liquidity. I wasn't shooting for anything obnoxious. I was just shooting for the previous 5 minute that was created, / 15 minute. It was a 15 minute and a 5 minute. So aiming for, low-hanging fruit. I entered off of this 2 minute. It was the highest time frame fair value gap there was. We inversed it and got a fill with this candle. Was going to break even once we traded here. Came pretty close. And then we sank lower. That was the first loss. Everything about this made this trade a beautiful trade. Obviously, aside from the result, but we had a 4 hour fair value gap we were respecting. We had a 1 hour fair value gap we were respecting. We were sweeping liquidity on the 1 hour. This is a lot of liquidity to be taking. The target was really nice too because we had a 15 minute and a 5 minute fair value gap being the same target. That's really nice. There was nothing in between. There was no 5 minute in between the target and my entry. Nothing. There was only an internal high, which I would have broke even at, like right around here. And then, yeah, so that was that. First trade loss. And then that trade, I risked 0.5%. So it was like $230 on that trade that I risked. Because I was able to, because my Express account size was at like 388 to start the day again. So I built it up enough to where I could at least risk 0.5% copy trading on my Combine accounts and my Express account. After we lost that trade, I had about $170 left to draw down on the Express account. So when I'm copy trading, I cannot risk more than $170 for the next trade, which makes my Combine account suffer a lot. So honestly, there's $60 of drawdown left on this Express account. Part of me really hopes that I lose the account because it is making it extremely hard to trade these combine accounts with the correct risk that I want to trade them with. Truthfully, what I'm going to do probably is trade because it's at $60 at this point of drawdown. I'm going to trade that separately. I'll enter on the combines, and then if I'm able to enter quick enough on the Express, I will. So I'm going to unlink them at this point. And so, but yeah, enough of that. The second trade was, obviously this candle hasn't closed yet, so we were still technically respecting this 4 hour when I entered the second trade, and we had swept London low at this point. We had taken the liquidity that it wanted to come for so badly, this level, and that's why we got stopped out. And it made an effort. It made a really big effort to the fact that we didn't even close inside this is, my break-even target was going to be the 15-minute fair value gap, which you could see we didn't fill, and therefore I lost a trade, and it wasn't break-even. And I was just targeting 1-to-1. Again, respecting a higher time frame, fair value gap, the 4 hour. And it took its time, man. The 2 minute didn't have... The lowest fair value gap to invert was on the 1 minute, and I had to wait for the second one to get inverted to enter. We finally, look at these candles, fucking ugly. We finally inverted it with this candle, entered off this candle, and did not see a lick of profit, or unrealized profit, right? Did not see a lick of it, and we just went down to stop. Market really, it just can't catch a foothold right now. It didn't want to respect that 4 hour fair value gap, and that kind of, when price doesn't want to respect a 4 hour fair value gap at all-time highs, I don't know what to do with that. It makes for a rough trading day for sure. If my setup's going to appear, which it appeared twice, so makes for a rough trading day. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, those are the trades. I can show this, although I'm not sure why I would be lying about losing a trade. But yeah, this entry you see here, there's like 2 entries here. I quickly exited this one right away when I noticed that it didn't invert this. It was inverting it until a second left of this candle. So I entered, and then so I got out. Then this one finally inverted it, got in, entered off this candle, and yeah, there you go. That was the first trade. Minus $340 in the day. Oh, there's actually only $47 of drawdown left. I really am just going to full port this on the next setup I see, and most likely lose the account. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. These are the accounts I care about. I'm going to start risking at a bare minimum 0.5%, but probably 1% each trade, to be honest. Although August does suck. I probably do want to de-risk in August. August is fucking brutal. I don't know. From what I've back tested, from what I'm seeing so far this month, it's just a brutal month for trading. So maybe I do want to deleverage. We'll see. But yeah, there you go.